Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So today we are going to do a kind of a fairy project. So I don't know if you saw my video a few back where I did the big mushroom in the mixed mold. Well, today we're going to do it in resin. So the cap takes 10 ounces, the base takes 2 ounces. So I'm going to use the wine red for the cap. And I'm going to use a combination of these 3 colors. The red, brown, the coffee, and maybe some golden for the stem color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this and then we'll put it together after. So those are the colors for that. Then I've been contemplating between 2 bases. I am going to put some lights in, so I think I'm going to go with the bigger one. So I mixed up 8 ounces for this. And then once this comes out, we're going to attach all these little things with the mushroom to make it like a little fairy display. So that is what we're going to be doing for this. And I'm going to do the emerald green alcohol ink in this with some of the marabou alcohol ink in the glitter violet blue green. But we're going to put lights in this. So I had one set of the colored fairy lights, so we're going to do that. So I'm going to get these out while I got resin mixing up. So I'm going to fold these in half. And then we're just going to see if it will like completely go around. So we might end up using a little UV resin to kind of tack these down because I don't want them to be lifting up. So right now I'm just kind of dry fitting, and I think that is going to be a good a good enough coverage, because I want the base to light up. So it's going to be like a little nightlight type of thing. So I've just got to clean this tray out here a little bit. Spray it with some alcohol. And I will have to get my resin mix separated fairly quick because I don't want it to flash cure on me. Now, I probably should have worked on this first, but it is what it is. So let me get my gloves back on here. And we'll get our resin divided. And I am going to put my arm shield things on. I know it's not resin, but just to be on the safe side where it's still flared up, I'm going to use my arm sleeves. All right, I'll hit one more time. And that's the large Let's Resin mixer. I do have a discount code in the comments below, in the description, and the link to Let's Resin for that, if anybody is interested. All right. I'm suited up and ready to go. All right, I'm just gonna move this out of my way a little bit so that we can get, so I know I need 8 ounces for that one. I'm just gonna clean this off. So how has everybody been? We are almost at 3,900 subscribers, guys. Once we get to 4,000, we're gonna have a giveaway. So make sure to like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't, guys. It's free. It helps me out. I always forget to say that. I mean, yes, I want to build my channel, but, you know, it's more about my project, so I don't always think to, you know, say that. And all right, so let me get a paper towel. Let me clean this off. Because as you can see, I'll show you here in a minute, I have neglected this badly. So I have to keep up with it because you can see where I've, you know, let resin dry on it and whatever. I've tried picking it off and it doesn't want to come off. So, you know, I'm trying to keep up with it now. All right, so let's get some cups out here. All right, move this back, make some room here. And we're just going to make sure that we get everything incorporated. And I will run this through the Let's Resin debubbler, because that works really good, guys. If you don't have like a pressure pot or a vacuum chamber, because I don't, it's just you have to separate your resin into smaller amounts. I find if it's like 3 inches in a cup at a time, like these size cups, it works really good. If it's a bigger cup, then you can leave more and it will still debubble good. So that's my, you know, what I find works best. So I'm going to put 8 in here. Because that's going to be for the base. So I'm going to color it and then we're going to divide it. I'm going to put 2 in this for the stem. And then that should leave us, we're about 9.5. So I'd rather have my tray be a little thinner than my mushroom. All right, so we're at 10. And that's 2. So that should be good. All right. So let's go ahead and try getting our stem color. So like I said, I'm going to mix some of these mica powders to hopefully get more of like a stem color. So we're going to use some of this red brown, which almost looks like a copper or like a brass kind of color. Wipe that, and we're going to put some brown. All right, And let's see what we get for a color here. All right, I'm gonna put some of this golden color in. We have not used this color before, so I'm curious to see. Well, we ain't gonna be able to tell in here, but I am gonna put a decent amount. All right, so that, I think that'll, yeah, I think that'll work good because that gives us a little bit of a shimmery color. So I'm gonna move these over here. And we're gonna get some red in here. Now this is the wine red. And these are the Bond Craftor mica powders, guys. So let's start with this. Oop. Fingers are not working. I'm just kind of getting that, making sure I get all that mica powder off the sides. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good mushroom cap color. All right. So I'm going to also take, and we're going to put like 4 ounces in here. So we're going to pop this all in the debubbler. And then while that's debubbling, we will work on our bottom base. All right, so the 3 cups do not fit. All right, so we're just gonna do 1, if I can get it in there right. And then I'll put the 2 smaller ones in the Resiners debubbler. All right, so I've got both of my debubbling machines going here. So let me get this mixed up, and then we can just kind of break it down into 2 cups, just so it won't start flash curing on us here. All right. And this way here, the base is going to be see-through, but it's still going to have some color. Gonna put a little bit more. There we go. So let's take another cup here. Let's get this separated. So that it's not, and we're gonna let that sit, and that should degas on its own while we are messing with getting our lights in. All right, so. And I've just got my little light and some UV resin. And just try to figure out how I had this set up. And I want this light pack to be more towards the back. So I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna put some and I'm hoping these clear spots won't show where I'm going with the green. I'm hoping. With these arm things on, I feel like I need more more arm room. All right, and I don't like need it everywhere, but I do want enough that it's gonna hold them in place without floating up too high. Let me take a stick here and I'm gonna turn that back on for a little bit because it's still got some bubbles in it. So while I'm doing one side, I am going to put this over there. And that has a few bubbles in it, but It's okay, because this is going to be the back of the tray. And we're going to get those towards, kind of towards the front a little bit. Oh, all right, I'll have to clear that off after. Oh, I pulled both of those off, so hang on. All right, so this is not working here, guys. Hopefully they'll stay down in, no, all right. So hopefully we can just get those to stay in under the resin. All right. Just dropped my paddle. I didn't wipe off. All right. All right, so let's get this poured, and hopefully we can get these to stay down. Move that out of my way. All right, let me just leave this here for a second. I'm hoping it's just because there's just not enough resin in there yet. So maybe the smarter thing is to tuck it in. So I'm just trying to squeeze these so that I can get it in this track. Because I don't want to do it in 2 pours. I just don't. It's just me. I like it when I can get my pieces done all at the same time. All right. And then as this thickens up, hopefully I can keep tucking it in. All right. What would you guys like to see me make? Put it in the comments, guys. Because I'm trying to not do the same type of thing all the time. But, you know, sometimes it gets hard. And I've only got so many molds, so I can only do so much. All right, let me slide this out of the way because I don't. All right, I'm gonna slide this back because we're gonna have stuff on the base anyways, so hopefully the lights it will shine enough. All right, so let me get my other resins, and these are going to be easy. We're just going to pour. All right, so ran these through the debubbler. All right, let's get our a little stem. Wow, I guessed wrong, guys. I even wrote it on there and it's... So I might end up having to mix up a little bit more, but let's see here what we can scrape. I mean, in actuality, we could leave, you know, the stem like this because it's going to be glued to our base anyways. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I just hope I have enough for my mushroom. All right. Wipe my stick. All right. Gosh, I'm making a mess. All right, so. Okay. So I'm going to change my my stem to 3 ounces instead of 2. So if you guys have this mold and you're going to make it, I think I was guesstimating when I first did it. So yeah, but 10 ounces for the cap is perfect. All right. And then we're just going to let these cure. And then when we demold, then we're going to put everything together. Now I can see there's a few bubbles. So I'm just going to take my stick and try all right. So let's see a few more bubbles. See if we tap, maybe we can shimmy, shake those bubbles to the top. All right, I hope we got them all. I mean, if not, it's gonna be the bottom of the mushroom, but still, I like to, and I'm not gonna worry about the cap, just because I know that it's going to get glued to the bottom. All right. And I'll just keep coming down and checking. So once this gets sticky, I might make like another ounce when I know this is completely set in, and just pour it in another green, maybe even a darker green, just to make sure that we don't have any of these bits sticking out. It doesn't matter because I'm going to put like little feet on it, but still, I'd like it to be as smooth as possible. So that might be something I do. If I do, I'll tell you when we unmold it. So if I do that, then I will probably fill that. I don't know. But yeah, that is it for now, guys. So I'm going to let this cure, and then we'll be back and we will put it together. All right, guys, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, guys, I'm back. And I ended up not coming down and adding anything. This stayed under enough that it's not gonna really bother it at all. And I need to be able to adhere this on there. So we're gonna get that glued, but let's get this out and see what our base actually looks like. And I did got my little feet out, so we're gonna put little feet on the bottom. All right, so let's turn this on. So we got a few little tiny bubbles there, but nothing major. Oh, one a little bit bigger there. But yeah, so that's gonna be our base. So let's get this situated here. Get our little feet on. So these are just like little rubber stoppers. And try to get them somewhat even. All right, let me zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing here. It's a little off. All right. So we need to get this glued down. So I pulled out some E6000. Hopefully this one here will squirt something out. Because I want to use the E6000 and some like UV resin. Oh, God. Ah, there we go. Whew. All right, so we're gonna just want to take that little little rubber bit thing off. And this is the side that doesn't have the screws. All right. Oh, let's just put that on there for now. And we are going to use the UV resin. This is the Bond. This cures much quicker than the regular UV resin. Oh, crap. You know what? My feet ain't going to be tall enough. I might have to double them up. Let's see. Yep, we're going to have to double them up. Hopefully this will work. That will be better. I never even gave that a thought to like pre-measure the height of that light base, but I think this will work. There, perfect. And our fairy is going to sit right here, which is going to hide that from showing. And then we've got some flowers and some other things. So let's get our mushroom out. And like I said, I did not finish filling this because it's going to get mounted right there anyways. So, fix my mold here. Oh, so that color worked really good for the mushroom cap. Just got a little trimming to do here. So we are expecting another snowstorm, another 5 inches or so, which is supposed to start in the next couple of hours and go through morning. So yay. Not. I'm so done with snow this year. I am so done. All right. And that's going to sit on there like that. I will go around the bottom of this. Just so we can make sure that it's nice and flat. All right, let me... Yeah, this is gonna work better. Because I want this, you know, to sit nice and flat on the tray. Just like that. And then this is going to get glued on top like that. And we will glue this down. I'm just trying to figure out which way it's gonna look the best. All right, I guess we're gonna go with it like that. And let's see, I have a couple of little just a couple little critters that we could, oh, that looks cute. And maybe put some little acorns. And these I got these on Amazon. Just looking to see if I have any smaller flowers or something. Be like a little pond. All right, so I think that is gonna be enough. I don't want to overdo, but I do want to have something on there. So let's get our mushroom glued first. And that's why I wanted to set it up first, so I would know like where I want my pieces. And then we're gonna get a good gob in the middle. I'll bring you down here in a minute. All right. I'm just getting some of this E6000. I had a feeling that was going to do that. All right, hang on, let me get some tape. what I should have done was UV'd it before I attached it to the base. But, you know, my old lady brain didn't go that far, so it shouldn't take too long to tack up. All right, so and I am just gonna put a little bit of the UV bond. All right, so before, let's just, let's see. All right, let me just try to get, let me take a little micro brush and just clean off a little bit of an area, and so if I can just get a couple of little points on there, then I know it will not slide around until that glue sets. Which I should have done first, but I didn't. And all right. And I am gonna put a little bit around that edge. Just so it's going to be held there a lot firmer. Let's see. All right. And then I'll get this just so it's going to match, like, you know, all around the front where it's all right. So now we know our mushroom is not going nowhere. This back to the glue spots. Glue that on. There we go. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, guys. Oh. So this was just from our local Dollar Tree. Should have thought and taken this off first. Sorry, guys. I didn't even think about the sticker on the bottom. So I'm just trying to get this knife up underneath here so we can get it off. And then I'll just wipe it down with a little bit of alcohol. There we go. Got the bulk of it. Get a paper towel here. Okay. So let's get okay. Just gonna cut these kind of at an angle like that. And that way I can glue it to the base and on the bottom here. And same thing on this. All right. So we've got 3 other little pieces here. Okay. Now, get some of this mess cleaned up here. All right, so let me take you down so you can see, minus my mess. So my other thought was I was going to glue her on the top. Let me bring you down, and that way you can see what it looks like from here. You know, I think I am going to put, I think I'm going to glue her up on there. I think she's cute up there. Okay, so let me plop you back up here. Zoom you guys back in, and let's get all right. So I will get you a close-up picture because I know it's hard to see, you know, when you're looking down on it. And because everything is so fresh, I don't want to tip it sideways. So I will get you some final pictures. Just thinking if I should add any more flowers. Let's see, I don't even know what I've got for flowers. Let's see. Let me just... No, and if I pull them off, then they fall apart, so that ain't gonna work. Let's see if I cut them. Needs something. Definitely needs a little something on this side to balance it out. Sorry. All right, let's... just kind of help hold them in place. I'm gonna put some of that. I'm just gonna slide it off the table and cure it from underneath. So I'm just kind of hanging it off the there we go. All right. So this is our little fairy little, I don't know, table side light something. I think it's really cute. All right, let me know in the comments what you think, and stay tuned for the final pictures, guys. So I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.